Hi guys, it is Field Day 2021 and we are continuing the tradition. We are tie-dyeing, we are doing it on Thursday. Get ready. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can get your t-shirt prepared for tie-dyeing, and especially if you want to do it ahead of time, it'll certainly make tie-dyeing go a whole lot quicker. The first pattern I want to show you for twisting and tying your shirt is the spiral pattern. It's probably the most classic. It's easy, it's fun. You just have to use your hands and really grab on. So you're going to need a few rubber bands, probably like maybe no more than 5 to kind of get things started. So you can start the spiral pattern anywhere. You can do it from the bottom of your shirt. You can do it from the center of your shirt. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and do it from the center since it's the easiest and most even way to do it. And so to do that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch with one hand and I'm going to just keep on turning. I'm going to continue to turn and I'm going to use my other hand and just kind of hold and help things gather around. So you can see that I'm just sort of taking stuff, bringing it around, and as it starts to kind of become all encased with itself, I'm going to take a rubber band and just simply clamp it down together. And then I'm going to bring it around the rest of the way and just continue to let those rubber bands crisscross. I'm going to sweep it so it continues that same direction. You want to always continue the same direction. If you need to double back on your rubber band, that works. You don't want to leave a lot of floppy stuff out. So if you do that, just make sure that it is all clamped down. So this is a perfectly acceptable, good way of having a spiral pattern. You can see where that spiral is starting to happen, and when the dye gets in those creases, it'll give you a really good kind of outcome. So that is the spiral pattern. All right, next pattern that you can do is bullseye, or looks like a little target, kind of rings around each other. So to do that, that's a really simple one. To do that, all you're going to do is bring it up from the center or wherever you want your spiral pattern to go, and you can have lots of different circles, spiral, or kind of bullseyes. So all you're going to do is pick it up, and this is where you really want to have your rubber bands tight. All right, so you want to double back, and so if I want a couple of kind of target, kind of concentric rings, you want to continue to go around those areas, and maybe if I want a few different rings, I would continue to do that same thing where I just pick up and bring around. Pick it up again, bring it around. And wherever you have those folds or those rubber bands, it's going to make lots of different stuff for you. So maybe I'll do it one on the shoulder also. And again, the more folds and the more gatherings you have, the better off you're going to be. So there's that, one down here. And again, when you do your own shirt, you can do as many as you want. But the more folds, the more gatherings you have, the better. When you have a lot of loose stuff, it's going to get real sloppy. So the more, the merrier. Tie it up, tie it up, tie it up. Lots and lots. Again, no loose, floppy stuff. Always gather. All right. So that I did 5 times. You'll probably want to continue that and do a little bit more. Okay. So then the last one that you can do that I'm going to show you, and there's a lot more videos that you can find and stuff like that, but the last video I'm going to have, or the last pattern I'm going to show you, is just kind of a almost like a zigzag. So to do that, let me undo these real quick. To do that zigzag, you can take your shirt, and all you want to do is just kind of accordion fold it. So flip it over, kind of like a fan fold. And then once you have that fan fold going on, you want to do some good tight rings on that. And again, just like the kind of bullseye fold or the spiral, the more creased up it is, the better off you're going to be. So keeping rubber bands loose like that is bad news. You want to double back, triple back on your rubber bands, so your tie-dyeing will be a lot more successful. So always make it really, really tight. Double, triple those bands The more the merrier, okay? So the more fold. So I would probably continue doing these bands for the zigzag accordion fold, and you can see how my folds are right on top of each other. It's making nice patterns. I would do that 3 times, 4 more times. Really fill it in with lots of rubber bands. And those rubber bands are going to make kind of a cool white zigzag spot. Okay, so I would continue that a few times. Kind of looks like a sausage. All right, so that is 3 relatively simple ways of doing your tie-dye folds. We got spiral, we've got bullseye, and you've got zigzag. And again, you can look for other videos too, but hopefully this will help you and get things moving for tie-dye and field day and color war and all that fun stuff. 2021. Be good. All right, I have to go press the button. 20.